we're looking at something pretty fun, I think.
Looking forward to it.
Wine tourism trends for 2024.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah. So we're not just talking about like drinking wine. This is about the whole experience.
The whole shebang.
Yeah. We found this really cool article on Wine Maps.
Oh, I love that site.
Yeah. It's a website for real wine enthusiasts.
Yeah.
So we figured, okay, this is going to be where we get the good stuff.
Yeah, they get really in depth.
And the thing that really caught our eye is that things are changing. It's not just your typical Napa Valley trip anymore. There's all kinds of new destinations popping up.
Definitely.
So first thing that really jumped out at us is like this huge emphasis on sustainability.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's everywhere.
It is. It's a big one.
But it seems like it's more than just a buzzword.
Yeah. I think for a while it was maybe a little bit of a trend. But now we're seeing wineries actually like really commit to these eco-friendly practices. Like they're going all in. And I think that's, partially driven by consumers, right? People really want to know where their wine is coming from, how it's made, and they want to make sure that the brands that they're supporting are, doing things the right way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And speaking of doing things the right way, the article mentioned this thing called regenerative travel.
Yes. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. So, like, what is that?
So it's this idea of wineries actually giving back to the environment, not just, being neutral or sustainable, but actually trying to restore and regenerate the ecosystems around them.
Wow.
So, for example, in Napa, we're seeing a lot of wineries starting to keep bees.
Wow.
Which is fantastic for pollination.
Right.
Over in South Africa, there's a lot of reforestation projects happening. So you can literally go and sip wine in a vineyard that you helped to plant.
Oh, that's amazing.
How cool is that? And then in Tuscany, they're really focused on protecting biodiversity.
Okay.
Which is about keeping the whole ecosystem healthy.
Yeah. So basically, it sounds like as a traveler, you can actually have a positive impact.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just about taking pretty pictures and drinking wine. You can actually leave the place better than you found it.
So cool. And, for wineries, I think it's got to be good PR, right?
Sure. Yeah.
But I mean, it seems like it goes beyond that.
Absolutely. It's not just about looking good. These practices can actually improve the quality of their wines.
Oh, interesting.
They create a healthier environment for the vines to grow in. And frankly, they attract a whole new type of customer, right? People who are looking for these kinds of experiences.
Right. Yeah. That makes sense. So it's like a win-win all around.
I love it. It's a feel-good trend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sustainability isn't the only thing shaking things up in wine tourism.
Mm-hmm.
This article made it really clear that it's not just about the bottle anymore.
Yeah. Wine is just the starting point.
It's like the gateway, yeah.
Right.
So one thing that caught my eye was like this whole fusion of wine with wellness retreats. So you're talking about yoga and meditation sessions with like vineyards in the background.
With the views, yeah.
You've got healthy gourmet meals paired with local wines. Like, that sounds like my kind of vacation.
Oh, yeah. Sign me up. It's about, pampering yourself, indulging a little bit, but also taking care of your well-being.
Yeah, I love it.
It's the best of both worlds.
So it's like wine is just one element of this whole, bigger picture.
Right. Wine is kind of the common thread, It's woven into the experience.
Yeah. That's a great way to put it.
But it's not just about relaxing either. We're also seeing this, huge rise in adventure tourism in wine regions.
Oh, yeah.
Which is so fun. So think about hiking through the vineyards in Alsace.
Oh, wow.
Or cycling through Portugal's Douro Valley. Or I even read about this tour where you kayak in the Marlborough Sounds.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
To get to a secluded winery.
Wow. That's a new one.
Right. It's amazing.
I've never heard of that. That's so cool.
Yeah. So it's not just about, sitting in a tasting room anymore.
Right.
It's about getting out there, getting active, and experiencing the region in a whole new way.
I love it. And then the article also touched on this idea of immersive cultural experiences.
Yes.
So what's that all about?
It's about connecting with the local culture and traditions.
Okay.
So, imagine learning to cook regional dishes in Tuscany. With wine as a key ingredient, of course.
Of course.
Or experiencing a flamenco show in a Spanish bodega. Or listening to indigenous storytelling in South America.
Wow.
It's about connecting the wine to the land and its people.
Right, yeah. It's like you're adding layers of meaning and context to the whole experience.
Exactly. It's not just about the taste, it's about the story.
Right, yeah. That makes a lot of sense. So we've got all these amazing experiences, but technology is playing a role too.
Oh, absolutely. Technology is changing the game in so many ways.
Yeah. The article mentioned things like AR tours and AI-powered recommendations. Like, what is that all about?
It's really cool. So with augmented reality, you can actually use your phone to explore like virtual cellars.
Whoa.
To learn about the history of the vineyards and even see how the wine is made.
Wow.
All while standing right there in the vineyard.
That's amazing.
It's really incredible.
So it's like having a personalized interactive guide right there in your pocket.
Exactly.
That's so cool.
And then, there's AI, which is, I think, even more mind-blowing.
Okay.
They can analyze your preferences and suggest the perfect wineries and wines for you.
Oh, wow.
Like, imagine an app that knows your taste profile and it plans your entire wine taste and itinerary.
Really?
Based on your likes and dislikes.
Yeah, that's amazing. Like a wine concierge.
Right. I mean, the possibilities are endless.
That's so cool. So we've talked about sustainability. We've talked about experiences. We've talked about technology.
Yeah.
But it's not just the technology that's evolving, right? The destinations are too.
Exactly. People are getting more adventurous with their travels.
So what are some of the up-and-coming wine destinations that people should have on their radar?
Well, forget Napa or Bordeaux.
Okay, yeah.
We're talking about places like Slovenia, Croatia, Georgia.
Oh, cool.
Over in Eastern Europe.
Okay.
They have these ancient winemaking traditions and these unique grape varietals that you just won't find anywhere else.
Oh, wow.
So, those destinations are still kind of under the radar.
Yeah.
But they offer a truly authentic and, off the beaten path experience.
Yeah. It's like discovering the hidden gems before they become like too popular.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Yeah. I love that.
And then there's Japan.
Oh, yeah.
With their incredibly refined koshu wines.
I've heard about those.
It's a whole different world of wine waiting to be explored.
Yeah, it seems like wine is truly global now.
It really is. There's no limit to the adventures you can have.
I love that. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I mean, it really seems like wine tourism has leveled up, right?
It really has, yeah. It's gone from something that was very, focused on the drink to this really holistic, immersive experience.
Right.
It's about sustainability. It's about connecting with the culture. It's about having these unique experiences.
And it's not just a fad, right?
No, I think this is the future of wine.
Okay.
People are more and more interested in where their food and drinks come from. They want to know the stories behind them, and they want to have experiences that align with their values.
So, with all that in mind, where would you go on your next wine adventure?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I mean, there are so many incredible options out there.
There are.
Maybe I'd start with one of those under-the-radar Eastern European countries. Like Slovenia sounds pretty incredible. Or, maybe I'd finally take that kayak trip through the Marlborough Sound.
That sounds pretty awesome.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But, I think the important thing is to do your research, find an experience that really speaks to you, and just enjoy the journey.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, this has been such a fascinating deep dive.
Thank you.
And hopefully it's given all of you out there some inspiration for your next wine adventure. Cheers to new discoveries.
And to delicious wine. All right. See you next time.
See you next time, everybody.